Okay, so I'm going to attempt to read the lesson 4 to you on EdPuzzle. And rather than have you fill out the outline, I'm going to insert the questions into the text. As I said yesterday in class, we're going to buzz through this very quickly. You fill out the questions as you go through the video. If you don't understand it, you have the option to re-watch the video, answer the questions as they pop up. I'll record the score off of the EdPuzzle, and this will in fact be the final grade of the quarter. So here we go. Cellular respiration. When you are tired, you might eat something to give you energy. All living things, from one-celled organisms to humans, need energy to survive. Recall that cells process energy from food into energy storage compound ATP. Cellular respiration is a series of chemical reactions that convert the energy in food molecules into a usable form of energy called ATP. Cellular respiration is a complex process that occurs in two parts of the cell, the cytoplasm and the mitochondria. Reactions in the cytoplasm. The first step of cellular respiration, called glycolysis, occurs in the cytoplasm of all cells. Glycolysis is a process by which glucose, a sugar, is broken down into smaller molecules. As shown in Figure 15, glycolysis produces some ATP molecules. It also uses energy from other ATP molecules. You'll read on the following page that more ATP is made during the second step of cellular respiration than during glycolysis. Reactions in the mitochondria. The second step of cellular respiration occurs in the mitochondria of eukaryotic cells, as shown in Figure 16. This step of cellular respiration requires oxygen. The smaller molecules made from glucose during glycolysis are broken down. Large amounts of ATP, usable energy, are produced. Cells use ATP to power all cellular processes. Two waste products, water and carbon dioxide, are given off during this step. The carbon dioxide released by cells as a waste product is used by plants and some unicellular organisms in another process called photosynthesis. You'll read more about the chemical reactions that take place during photosynthesis in this lesson. Fermentation. Have you ever felt out of breath after exercising? Sometimes when you exercise, your cells don't have enough oxygen to make ATP through cellular respiration. Then, chemical energy is obtained through a different process called fermentation. This process does not use oxygen. Fermentation is a reaction that eukaryotic and prokaryotic cells can use to obtain energy from food when oxygen levels are low. Because no oxygen is used, fermentation makes less ATP than cellular respiration does. Fermentation occurs in a cell's cytoplasm, not in mitochondria. Types of fermentation. One type of fermentation occurs when glucose is converted into ATP and a waste product called lactic acid, as illustrated in Figure 17. Some bacteria and fungi help produce cheese, yogurt, and sour cream using lactic acid fermentation. Muscle cells in humans and other animals can use lactic acid fermentation and obtain energy during exercise. Some types of bacteria and yeast make ATP through a process called alcohol fermentation. However, instead of producing lactic acid, alcohol fermentation produces an alcohol called ethanol and carbon dioxide, also illustrated in Figure 17. Some types of breads are made using yeast. The carbon dioxide produced by yeast during alcohol fermentation makes the dough rise. Photosynthesis. Humans and other animals convert food energy into ATP through cellular respiration. However, plants and some unicellular organisms obtain energy from light. Photosynthesis is a series of chemical reactions that convert light energy, water, and carbon dioxide into the food energy molecule glucose and gives off oxygen. Lights and pigments. Photosynthesis requires light energy. In plants, pigments such as chlorophyll absorb light energy. When chlorophyll absorbs light, it absorbs all colors except green. Green light is reflected as the green color seen in leaves. However, plants contain many pigments that reflect other colors, such as yellow and red. Reactions in chloroplast. The light energy absorbed by chlorophyll and other pigments powers the chemical reactions of photosynthesis. These reactions occur in chloroplast, the organelles in plant cells that convert light energy to chemical energy in food. During photosynthesis, light energy, water, and carbon dioxide combine and make sugars. Photosynthesis also produces oxygen that is released into the atmosphere, as shown in Figure 18. Importance of photosynthesis. Recall that photosynthesis uses light energy and carbon dioxide and makes food energy and releases oxygen. This food energy is stored in the form of glucose. When an organism, such as the bird in Figure 18, eats plant material, such as fruit, it takes in food energy. An organism's cells use the oxygen released during photosynthesis and convert the food energy into usable energy through cellular respiration. Figure 18 illustrates the important relationship between cellular respiration and photosynthesis. This completes the lesson. You will want to go and double check your answers for spelling. When you fill in the blank on the EdPuzzle questions, I assume the spelling will count against you, so make sure you're using your textbook and you're double checking your answers. The video is only at 7 minutes and 16 seconds, so there's plenty of class time to go back and double check all the answers out of the textbook. If all the answers are word for word out of the textbook, there's no reason for misspelled words. Use your resources, find your answer, and copy it correctly. Good luck, and let's have a great weekend.